Welcome to the video. Sig Sauer Guy here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can convert your P365 into a 365 with a manual safety. Whether you're in a state that requires you to have a safety or you just feel more comfortable having a safety on your firearm, I'm going to show you how to make that conversion today. Osage County Guns has come out with a kit that they put together that has all the parts and pieces that's going to make this possible. So let's get started. Okay, if we look at our parts diagram here, we got 4 parts that we need to make this conversion possible. We need a grip module with the cutouts for the manual safety lever. We need the manual safety lever itself. We need the detent spring and the detent. Okay, so in the kit, we have a regular size grip module with the cutouts right here for the safety lever. And as you can see in our regular module, they don't have the cutouts. Also, it comes with the magazine release. Sig stopped including magazine releases with the XL grip module, so it's good to see that it's included in this kit. So relative to the part, this is pretty expensive compared to the whole part, so it's nice not have to make that separate purchase or take your old one out and put it in here. We also have the ambidextrous manual safety lever. Okay. We have the detent spring. And as you can see, these are very tiny parts, so be careful not to lose them. We have the detent itself, and this is the part that you hear clicking when you turn on and off the safety, okay, when you engage it and disengage it. So I was on the parts picker on SIG website, and I did not see where you can buy these separately. Most everything's always out of stock or back ordered or whatever the case, so be very careful not to lose any of this. So my next step is disassembling our 365 so we can get these parts installed. Okay, you don't really need many tools at all to do this, and it's a very simple task to do. So just need something that we can drift our pin out that holds our FCU into our grip module. A little pin back here in the rear. Many of you have already probably taken that out to clean your pistol. And then I got a small hammer here because the grip module, sometimes these pins go back in pretty hard, where the hole in the new grip module is a little smaller or not as broken in as the one that I currently have. So I got a soft tip hammer where I can tap that pin back in. So first thing we're going to do is make sure we're working on a clear firearm. So we're going to remove the magazine, lock the slide to the rear, physically and visually check to make sure there's no round in the chamber, which is not. We're going to rotate our takedown lever and release our slide. So we're going to use our tool to remove our pin in the back. We'll just get that worked out and pull it out the rest of it by hand. We'll remove that. And then to remove our fire control unit from our grip module, we pull up on the rear here and pull it up and out. Okay, first part we're going to do is we're going to kind of prepare the fire control unit to put the lever in. And what I mean by that is we have our takedown lever facing down here. I want it horizontal, okay? So in order to do that, I can't move it right now because it's locked into place. We have to lift up on our slide catch, and that'll allow us to rotate our takedown lever. Our slide catch is only held in by a real thin wire. Sometimes you can see it right in above this bar, and it just kind of catches on a leg on the inside. So this is very easy to fall out. There is a video on my YouTube if this does fall out showing you how to put that back in, but it's much easier and quicker, this process, if we don't have that fall out. So I'm going to hold it here with my thumb. I'm going to press up on it, and then that's going to rotate my takedown lever around, and then I'm going to release it. And there you go. Okay, so that part is where it needs to be. And then throughout this process, we're going to be pulling the trigger like this. And what that does is it moves things down here on the other end and allows that lever to drop in there. So we're going to position this way. Okay. And then on our safety lever, you can see one side has this leg here and the other side does not. So this here has the hole where our detent spring goes in there in our detent. So we want that on this side of the firearm. Okay, the same side as our takedown lever and our slide catch. So we're gonna drop this in there. In order to do that, there's a little leg right here, you can see it. Okay, that right there needs to go right in here. Okay, we're going to drop it right in here in behind the shelf or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to put it in there. We're going to kind of rotate it down and under, okay? So we're going to put this basically straight up and down. position that little leg right behind that shelf, just like that. And then just kind of rotate it a little bit and it'll sit right on there, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull our trigger back and you'll see it just drop right down in place. And then we can release our trigger. So now we need to rotate it, okay? And you can see it won't rotate. It's just like your takedown lever. It's hung up on something. So what this needs to do is it needs to kind of come towards us and then it will rotate. In order to come towards us, we're going to press our trigger again. You'll see it move over a little bit. And then it rotates, just like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it back just a little bit, enough to where we can see that hole right here. And we can take our detent spring, being very careful not to lose this stuff, and we'll drop that right down inside the hole. It's down in there. And then our detent. Our detent has a little leg on it, a little post. That's going to go inside with the spring. And it's going to go right in the middle of the spring. Okay, and we'll push that down. And that's where that needs to be. So on the side of our FCU here, we have these two little notches in the chassis itself. That's what the detent clicks in and out of when you're engaging and disengaging the safety. So we need to push in on that detent so it can get inside underneath these little notches, okay? If you got to use a pick or something to push that in, that's fine. Just be very careful that you don't let your pick slide off of that, because remember that spring is underneath there and that thing's going to come shooting out of there like a little torpedo. So I start to rotate it just like that. I push it with my finger as I'm rotating it down, and then it'll click right into place. Once it's in there, you ain't got to worry about it backing off. You cannot undo it without pushing that detent in. So once it's in there, just like that. Okay? And that's how we install our manual safety lever. Okay, the last thing we have to do is just to reassemble the 365. So we're going to take our FCU, the notch in our grip module for the takedown lever. We're going to insert that part first. And we're just going to rotate it and snap it into place. We're going to reinstall our pin. And like I said, these pins in the new grip modules, they go in pretty tight and the pin's pretty sharp, so kind of can't push on it and push it in with your finger. So if you got a hammer with a soft tip on it, or even like a handle of a screwdriver that's pretty soft, you can just give that a couple taps, tap it into place, make sure we're flush on both sides, which we are, and that's in the proper position. So now we need to rotate our take lever down. Don't forget, you can't get your slide on unless that's in the 6 o'clock position. It will not go down right now until I push up on my slide catch, and then I can rotate that around. And then one other thing we're going to pay attention to is our safety lever right here. Sometimes this gets stuck in the up position, and then when you go to put your slide on, it's colliding with that safety lever. People wonder why they can't get their slide back on. So all you got to do is just make sure that's flush in the down position. And then our slide will slide on no problem. Push up on our slide catch, rotate our takedown lever, and release our slide. Obviously put our shorter magazines back in. And there you have it. It is that easy to convert your regular P365 into a 365 with a manual safety. So if this is something you're interested in, just go to Osage County Guns. They have plenty of these kits in stock. They have super fast shipping. In a couple days, you'll have it in your mailbox. And in a couple minutes after that, you'll have it installed in the gun. Pretty awesome kit. I'm glad they came up with it. Awesome company to do business with. They also do all kinds of things like stickers and t-shirts. So if you need any of that stuff, they can do that right in-house. So as always, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you very much and have a good day.